Lady Lily back with another video, and this is The Quad Season 2 Episode 9. I forgot what the title was. I forgot to write it down. But anyway, we're going to get going because I feel like I'm getting a slight headache and I probably need to go lay down. Anyway, the show's open up. Well, you know, it always open up with a dream sequence. And this time it is Carlton Pettyway and his wife, which is played by Shirley Ralph. They are dancing. They are living in the moment. It's such an enchanting time. And in walks Eva with a book, eating a sandwich like she is not paying attention, disengaged. So I guess the metaphor for this with Carlton is that he feel like his work and his existence does not exist when it comes down to Eva. And in fact, you know, he want Eva to go. So it flashes to current. So I guess it's the morning, he's getting ready for work. And he's telling his wife that he's having those dreams again. And she said, you know, what you're doing is important. You know, what you're doing is a mission of God. And don't you ever pretty much forget that. From there, it goes to Eva. Eva's coming to visit Sydney, and she's returning her key to her house, and she's apologizing. Sydney was saying that, you know, your actions, you know, the way you was acting, you pretty much was acting like a drug addict. And she said that she is not going to apologize for being concerned. And Eva is trying to let Sydney know that, you know, she can't just go cold turkey. It's dangerous to go cold turkey, that she has to ease her way out of the drugs, whatever. Anyway, moving on. Bojan is concerned. He goes to talk to Coach because he was not allowed back into the workout room. And Coach said the problem is that he has not been cleared. And he was just saying how, you know, he don't want him to risk coming back too early. And then, you know, Coach was saying it's difference between feeling okay and being properly healed. So Bojan is really just not trying to hear that. From there is Sydney goes to talk to Miles, and he's wondering, like, what is her MO? And she said she wants to attend a meeting with the Atlanta State students. Miles is like, oh, now you want to be woke. And then she said, you know, I was always woke, you know. And she said, you know, she's, you know, looking for more coverage because she wants to do another doc, which, you know, her documentary from the prior visit to the Atlanta State campus proved it had got a lot of hits. So Miles saying, you know, you can come, you know, of course, you know, GAMU can use all the exposure, you know, that it can get. Carlton nephew is visit. Carlton Pettyway nephew, Dwight Johnson, is, you know, meeting with, he's visiting at him and his wife's house. Carlton just walked in the door from his day, and pretty much Dwight is really trying to ask Carlton's wife to help him convince his dad that he really wants to go to GAMU. Of course, Carlton's wife, and he is all for it, but the problem is, you know, that Dwight's dad is simply just not hearing it. Junior has finally sat down, and he decided to retake Dr. Caldwell's test that he messed up on or missed or whatever. So the moment of truth is here. He finally sits down to take the test. Although they did not give us the results, you know, just yet. But stay tuned. GAMU student leaders are meeting with some of the Atlanta State University student leaders. And pretty much their group, the leader of their group was, of course, a black woman, and she was just saying that the actions that took place on campus that day when they came to visit was not a true reflection of their campus climate and the student body. Of course, apparently, you know, the student body is, you know, diverse, as it showed not only black students, white students, and students of other nationalities sitting down to talk to the GAMU students. GAMU students saying they are demanding to be respected, and, you know, the actions that took place would not be tolerated. And then they were saying, you know, if we can get the respect, maybe we can form an alliance. Then from there, the student leader from Atlanta State does inform them about the demolition of the Smith building that they have fought for. So of course, Said and the students are upset. Said end up storming out, and a couple of other students are storming out too because they thought that building was gonna be protected. I mean, yeah, it's not looking like that. Eva is trying to get a hold of Trustee Flip Lawson. She's not having an easy time doing so. The secretary has some other pressing things she wants to talk to her about. And then Sydney comes and she's trying to use the footage from Eva being on the phone with Trustee Flip, as footage. And Eva was saying, what are you doing pretty much anyway. So from there, Eva is sitting down with Dr. Cardwell having tea. And it's pretty much a I told you so type of conversation. Well, it's mostly Eva telling Dr. Cardwell that I told you so. And Dr. Cardwell said, Eva said, if you had not, you and Pettyway had not blocked me from the investors taking over the building, we wouldn't have the issues we would have now, and we wouldn't have to deal with this merger. Because she said that money that she was going to get from that was going to, set them up. And she said, you don't know the humiliation I had to deal with either. In which that goes back to when she had to, feed that grown-ass man in that baby suit, that little apple cider or whatever. So, Dr. Cardwell just realizing that, damn, we really probably, made a mistake. From there, it is spring ball time. It's the big game day. It's time to see who's who before they get ready, as GAMU football gear up for the next season. So the crowd is hyped. Dwight Johnson and his dad visits. And he's attending a game with Carlton Pettyway and his wife. Eva's in the stands, and she's putting on her charm and wit to try to convince Dwight's dad, to get the son to go to GAMU. She even goes as far as to invite him to dinner to her house. And then Pettyway said, well, we already got plans. She said, there is 6 other days in the week. So, the white dad looked like he's going to take her up on her offer for dinner at the president's house. The game is going well, and then all of a sudden, Bojan decides that he wants to insert himself into the game. And then coach is, saying, nope, timeout. So he called a timeout, told Bojan what he's doing. And then he told Bojan, you need to get off the field. Bojan is simply refusing, and they end up going to the point where coach got the security throwing Bojan off the field. Carlton was like, see, that's why we need you. Carlton's wife was like, see, Dwight, this is why we need you. That's why we need you here, because you would have handled this a little bit different. And then the white dad just stood up and said, you know what, like I said, we made a decision already, and GAMU pretty much ain't it. So the white and his dad takes off. Tanisha, Bojan, Madison, and the guy Madison that had sex with a few episodes ago, I can't remember his name, they're all in a room waiting for Bojan. Madison said, I got to get ready for midterms. I can't stick around much longer. So off she goes. And the little dude she slept with, he goes off after her, and he was just saying, I've been trying to reach out to you. She said, yeah, it's funny how you only reach out to me after midnight. And he said, well, that's the time I'm free. And then she said, how about reaching out to me like to go on a date or go somewhere? And he pretty much got to look like, I ain't trying to go on no date or whatever. So she pretty much walks off. From there, he literally gets on the phone with another girl talking about saying, yeah, I've been thinking about you. So that goes to show you how much of a dog he really is. Moving right along. So Bojan returns to his room. They pretty much asking him where he was at. He said he went to that store, which supposed to be the same store he ended up getting jumped on. They said, why would you go back there? And then Bojan, was like, I'm tired of people telling me what to do, and it has got me nowhere. Coach is telling me what to do. You is telling me what to do. Tanisha and Junior is telling me what to do, and it really got him, nowhere. So Tanisha gets frustrated, and she asks Junior to walk her back to the dorm. And from there, Bo John's just frustrated, so he ends up, hitting his hand, trying to hit his hand through a door, but the door didn't break, and he probably ended up hurting his hand. So from there, he sits down. I'm like, okay, don't do nothing stupid, because that song, I don't want to die, don't die today, or whatever that song was playing. I said, oh hell, he finna go do something stupid. We hope it don't be another Terrence situation. But he does not. He sits down, he gives his dad a call, and he said, Dad, come get me. From there, it goes to Coach actually arriving to the room, saying, what's up, you want to talk about it? And he was like, I got nothing to say. So Coach really is trying to avoid another Terrence incident. So he said, I got time, I can sit here. So pretty much he's going to try to keep an eye out on Bojan to make sure he don't do nothing stupid. From there, Sid is working on his music. Then he decides to call. He wanted to call Bronwyn, but then he ended up changing his mind and calling his mom. And she's like, yeah, what's up? He said, I just want to say hi and whatnot. But mom got the mom sense. She said, no, something up in, in your voice. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm about to go out. And then she said, oh, we should going out with Bryce, Bronwyn. How's she doing? And then Sid paused and just said, she pregnant. And his mom's like, Sid, what? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Pretty much. And she said, I can't. I just can't. And she ended up hanging up on him. Sydney is out on a date with Jason. Apparently went to a comedy show. And she's not wanting to end the night. So she was saying we need to, go to, a place that served great wine. And he was like, let's continue on the night. So Eva finally, Eva is at an event with Cardwell, Pettyway, Caesar Diamond, some of the other university officials, and Eva finally comes in contact with Flip Lawson, the trustee, and he pretty much said, I'm not worried. She said, I know, pretty much telling her, I know what you did, and blah blah blah. And he said, the merger is going to be a year before the merger really set forth. So, Gam, you can't really afford lawyers at the moment. She said, Gam, you can't afford lawyers, but I can. And then she said, we could play that my lawyer is bigger than yours. So this is like Cardwell's kind of let Pettyway and Caesar know that it wasn't Eva that sold out GAMU. It was the trustee, Flip Lawson, that sold out GAMU. And then this leads to Carter. When he gets home, he's telling his wife what's going on. And then she was saying, see, that's, what he said, how did we let this happen? And this merger's taking place. And she's saying, see, that's why they need you now more than ever, for you to set the tone and be a leader that you are. So they're fixing the ice cream sundaes. They're having a drink. And she was like, let's just, we should just take this party up to the bedroom. So she said, you better hurry up now. I don't want this ice cream to melt. So he said, let me clean up. So he's cleaning up, putting everything back up because he ready to roll upstairs with his boo. And all of a sudden, he hears her falling, dropping everything, and she's like moaning. So it doesn't, it stops there. Sydney is back at Eva's house with Jason. They're having a kissing and having a glass of wine. And she said, come on, let's go to, my bedroom. And he was like, no, you want to stay here. And, I guess he want to make sure that Eva sees him once she come in the door. So he said, well, how about some more of that wine? So they go into the kitchen, and Sydney is pouring wine, and he's looking at the stove, and he's having a flashback of how he used to have sex with Eva by that stove. So he goes after Sydney, picks her up, and try to reenact these scenes with Eva. From there, Sid is working on his music. He's still in his room, and Noni comes to visit him, and she was like, I need to talk to you. I got a roommate that is crying, blah, 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 and says, like, this is like deja vu. I think we had this conversation. And he was saying, she's like, no, you just really need to talk to Bronwyn. He said, that's funny, because Bronwyn sent him this long message, like text message, and he showed her pretty much telling him to stay out her life, and she's over him, and she's done with him, and all that good stuff. And then he just pretty much tell Nona, you need to get out, beat it, scram, whatever. From there, it shows the night, I guess the night has ended for Eva, so she's home. Coach follows her home, and I guess that was for them to finish their conversation. Why is Coach at the house? I don't even know. I think they're going to end up together, because it's always seemed like they done had a lot of quiet time. You know, not saying they was doing dirt moves or anything, but they've been, you know, on a lot of meetings and outings and stuff. It's like she been his, you know, he's been her right-hand man, you know. So anyway, I said, well, damn, they still, you know, Sydney and them probably still in there getting it on. So she, you know, enters her house, and then she hear moan and scream. She said, oh, that must be Sydney watching HBO or Showtime. I can't remember. And I said, nah, boo, that ain't Sydney ain't watching no damn HBO Showtime. Trust me, she making her own HBO Showtime episode. And Coach is pretty much like, oh, you know, do you want me to leave? She said, no, you're good. We're just going to have wine, let bygones be bygones, and just mellow out. So anyway, so Eva goes into the kitchen, and what does she see? She see Jason banging her little Sydney out. So she goes, she's like, what the hell are you doing? And she said, oh, Mom, I'm so sorry. And, you know, she was like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, hi, Eva. And he was like, Coach said, you know, what the hell going on? And then he said, Coach, you better stay out of it. This ain't your fight. So anyway, Eva's telling him, you know, go. He needs to go. And Coach said, yeah, you need to leave or I'll put you out. I said, yeah, Coach. Coach always step up to look out for his Eva and her daughter. So he said, I'll get out. And he was like, bye. And then Eva was like, Eva had grabbed that wine bottle. She was going to bust him upside his head, and Coach grabbed her. And then Sydney was trying to leave. She said, no, we need to stay here and talk. So I don't know if the show ends there. So I don't know if Eva's going to come clean next week in terms of you know, that's the man she was messing with. That's the man she cheated on, you know, Sydney's dad with. I don't know. But next week, I think that's the final episode. I'm not sure of the season. I'm not sure. But, man, next week going to be good, too. I'm telling y'all, the Quad's been on and popping this season. It's been popping. So that's it. That's all. Stay tuned for more videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Please keep in mind that my 5th year anniversary YouTube giveaway is still going on, and that is your chance to win a gift card for dinner on me. Have a good evening.